Bought some shares in a flash, high hopes in a mighty dash. Stock ticks and it starts to crash, while it's thinner than a broken glass. Market moves got me feeling wild, swinging harder than a rocket child. Picking up fights like a trader around, praying profits ain't reviled. Charts like a puzzle complex, trading daily, keeping us perplexed. Riding waves like future specs. Gotta calm down, no pretext. Market moves got me feeling wild, swinging harder than a rocket child. Picking up fights like a trader around, playing profits ain't rip out.
Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys. I'm still fooling around with a million different AI things, and that was my attempt at my AI song. So I'm completely not ready. Chill with me. I'll be there in a minute. We're gonna get started. Let me just put up my charts and get myself organized. I'll put myself on the screen. Let me see. What am I doing? Oh, banners. Just one sec, guys. I want to do window this one, share. Okay, what? Huh. Oh. Okay. Ha. All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. I'm still having some technical setup issues. Can you guys tell me if you guys see me okay? If you hear me okay? I started the broadcast a little bit early because somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you guys hear me okay. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. All good, all good, all good. All right. Okay, we're just chilling. I'm not going to start till 9:30 because I promised everybody I was going to start at 9:30. I'm actually 10 minutes early. Post up any questions you guys have for me. We'll kill some time with whatever questions you have. I have a new version of the indicator for those of you guys who are trading with the BK scalper. This one has got a super cool new thing in it called Super Trend, which I'm actually going to show you because gold was in super trend just last hour or so, and we could have traded this really, really well had I had the opportunity to show this to you. But we'll see. Maybe gold will go into super trend, or maybe Nasdaq will, and we're going to discuss that. And I'm going to show you how this new part of the indicator is really, really useful and valuable. Screen is good. Everybody sees the screen so far. Yes, hear me, see me, looks good. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, good. I'm just chilling, waiting for just waiting for people to come into the room. I wonder if I could play an audio. I'm just really curious. No, I'll fool around with it a little bit later. So generally, market's pretty quiet with a little bit of an upward bias today. Both NAS and S&P above the moving averages so far. Trades look, kind of quiet. The really big mover today, surprisingly, was gold. Gold is a really, really big mover. So please go ahead. Those of you who have access to BK Scalper, go ahead and download it. Those of you guys who want to get access to our, see if I can put this up here. If you want to get access, these things are now all invite only. They're no longer going to be available for download. So here's the QR code over there for you guys if you want to join BK. Let me put the link in here too. Here's a discount link for you if you want to join BK. It's going to be the only way for you to get the BK Scalper, unless you're with me in London session, and then there's like a little bit of a hack. If you want to open up an ACAP account, you can get it done too. Good morning, Miguel. Hang on a second. Let me just tell Tony. And YouTube now, no EA. Okay. All right, I'm just waiting for everybody to come into the room. Give me just one more second. I want to do one more thing. I just want to tweet this out so people can come join us. You know what? I'll do it this way. We'll do it this way. Now. Okay. Cool. Tony is asking, are you asking me for an MT5 EA? No, there's no MT5 EA, my friend. This is a an indicator. It cannot be traded as an EA because it's discretionary. It requires a lot of discretion in terms of doing it right. But I'm going to tell you some of the really cool things that it can do. All right, we're almost there, right? I'm going to wait till everybody comes into the room. I don't want because I really, really want to showcase this new version. So I will patiently wait a little bit here. Let's see what the S&P is doing. NASDAQ is doing mildly. Positive. Let's see if they hold the open here. Oh, you know what I want to do? I'm curious. Let me do a poll here. You know what? This is so awkward. We're going to start with a poll here. What Apex? I'm curious what size you guys are trading. Apex account do you trade? 50K, 25K, 100. I think it's 150K or 250K. This is not in any order. I'm just curious what you guys are trading. Andy says finally there's hope for Canada. Well, yeah, you know, for a while it was called. This is awkward. I was trying to turn Canada into Cuba. It would be Can Cuba. For a while it was Can Cuba. But yeah, I think so. My son who lives in Vancouver is certainly relieved, and so is his wife. I was telling all my Aussie friends today in London that Albanese is going to be next on the chopping block, baby. Okay, guys, let's. We ready to start? Well, market is going to start in exactly 1 minute, so let's just see how the price flow goes. Let's see what the S&P is. Let's see what ES is, and then I'm going to try to explain to you what I'm doing. 14 basis points. Why? This is the new version, 1.2 with super trend color. Please download it or you can upgrade to the latest version if you already have it. Those of you who don't have this, you can get it by joining us at BK here. Wow, 82% of you trading the 50K. Unbelievable. That's interesting. Vote in my poll here, guys. Everybody's coming into the room. Please vote in the poll. We're starting trade here. Market open, starting to rally. Not a surprise. NAS is kind of much more muted though than S&P. See, NAS is a little bit more muted. S&P is running stronger. All right, 10 seconds to the open. Let's see what they want to do. I'll let it trade for the first 5 minutes, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about the indicator. We're popping up. We're popping up. And then we're popping down. Not a lot of vol on the books today. NAS is starting to pop a little bit. Hey, John. John says, careful, Canadian here. I'm like, not for much longer, my friend. Welcome to the 51st state. No, I'm just kidding you. I'm kidding. Hi, guys. Good afternoon from Nigeria. Nice to see you. All right, we're just trying to see where, if they have any kind of movement in the opening range. So really dicking around, not much movement. Looks like S&P is definitely the strong trade here. It's actually good to see because I'm hoping S&P kind of pops out, maybe goes to 60-50, because it's going to trigger a lot of the key analytics that I built into the trend. All right, everybody ready to rock and roll? Everybody, give me some yeses in the room that you want me to tell you about the new version of the indicator and how it can help you trade better, in my opinion. Give me some thumbs up. I want to see them. Tim W, yes. Thank you. Okay. All right, very cool. So our bread and butter indicator, BKBFF Scalper 1.2. This one is called with super trend color. That's the latest version. That's the one you want to have on your charts. If you already have it, if you have access to it, make sure you get it. If you want to get access to it, just QR screen this code and get a discount to joining us. And then, of course, everybody go get Apex. Let me see if I get the right one. Hang on. I think this one. Nope, this one. It's at 50% off right now. Hopefully, they'll have another big sale soon. All right. So the indicator, for those of you who are brand new, starting a new year off, this is our bread and butter way of trading. We do short-term trading. We scalp. right? Um, many people who trade with me trade with trend. I am much more of a counter trend trader. The beautiful thing about this thing is it's a Swiss Army knife. It can show you trend signals. It can show you counter trend signals. It can even show you both within the same kind of a candle. And it all depends on, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. A trade is in the eye of the beholder. It all depends on your personality and what you like to do. So the general idea here is, we trade 200 period moving average and the 8 period moving average. Everything here is totally configurable. It goes into the box here, and everything is configurable. Moving averages, shading of green, the ATR calculations for this, anything that you want is fully configurable. So when you're looking at the trend kind of based signals, you see these green candles. These are strong confirmatory trend signals, right? Now I'll tell you what I do as far as trend. These are the only trend trades I would like to take. And they are very, very restricted. Basically, I want to take a trade. When the moving averages are very close to each other. Ideally, I'm going to show you this is my trend trade that I take, and this is the only trend trade I take. And I have an account that does nothing but trade trends, and then an account that primarily does counter trend trading. Right? It looks like NAS is kind of dropping a little bit, huh? Let's take a look. Let's see. NAS is kind of dipping. Let's see if NAS is doing anything for us. Now it's kind of coming off, still in trend though. Let me see. Now still in trend. But here's an interesting point. Like I'm going to show you what I will do if there's a trend signal. This thing drops below the moving averages, and actually, the 8 crosses right now. It's just it's clearly giving up the open pump and dump. It doesn't mean that that it's going to like. One of the things I like to do sometimes is I just like to buy the 200 period SMA support, but I no longer do any of these cowboy trades anymore. So if I'm going to trade trend, like this is a good example of NASDAQ. Moving averages crossover, right? Blue goes over red, just basic moving average crossover. The only trend I will take, just because of my personality, is it goes the first area, it goes first green zone, second green zone. Second green zone is when I take it. That's a confirmatory signal for me. If you have 2 green zones above the moving averages, then I feel relatively comfortable there's going to be some continuity, and I'll take that. After that, I just don't touch it. Now, plenty of people, of course, are going to take the green candles. So if you took the S&P green candles, you took them over here. You made some nice money. You took them over here. There's lots of opportunity. It's not like there isn't signals on the chart. It's just that I am not a avid trend trader. So just to give you an idea, right now, if this thing dumps into the 700s, right? If it starts dumping into the 700s, and here I'll leave the width of the table here, and the moving averages start crossing, and we get a red, green, red, meaning we're going to get a red zone underneath the 200 period SMA. Then we get a green retrace, and then a secondary open downtrend. I will take that trade. What's happening right now is we have an oversold condition from the 8 period moving average. This little black banner is telling you the price is super stretched out. The 8 period distance is 10 basis points away from the moving average. That's a very, very super stretched out trade. Generally, that is a symbol of potential continuity. Now, the idea is that sometimes you want to, if you want to dive deep and just buy this bottom, you could. Again, I don't do that either. I no longer do any of these things that are very cowboy related, because none of these things are high probability trades. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I really try to trade essentially very, very mature counter trend signals or very early trend signals. That's actually the perfect description of what I'm trying to do here. In counter trend, I want it to be super mature. I want the guy to die. Like, I want to go short the 80-year-old guy, and I want to go long the 8-month-old trend. Kind of like that's where I find the easiest money to be made. It's by no means, they're 80-year-olds that can live to 100, right? It's hard to kill some of these old people. I'm just kidding. I'm getting very macabre today, but you get the idea. I was sort of thinking about this because there's this guy named Vince Sperandeo, who was a very, very huge market trader in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s, this goes to show you how old I am. He was in Market Wizard's book. And the reason why I kind of that thought popped into my mind is because he used to always analyze the market the way an actuary would analyze actuarial tables. He used to say the markets have a lifespan, like bull markets have a lifespan, just like human beings. They start, they get young, they have an intermediate stage, and they get very old. It was really fascinating that that analogy. So I sort of do the same thing on a micro level. Anyways, right now, no signals whatsoever. But the additional aspect of this indicator that I created, which is kind of really, really cool, I think, is it says enable super trend candle coloring, right? Everything is checked off here so that you can see all of my indicators. So far, we haven't had super trend show up anywhere except in gold. As a matter of fact, gold is showing up super trend right now. And you know what? Now, gold this is a great example of where I'm going to dive into gold right now, because gold right now is showing me super trend, and this is a sell-off in super trend. So let's go get long gold. Okay, let's go buy gold. I'm going to buy the 75 twos. Right here's gold. I'm in gold. I'm going to and we're going to see if we can. So 75 twos, 72.5, 72.2 is my secondary position. 3 points down. Oh, this is not 4. It needs to be 2. Shit. Okay, let me just fix this. 2, 70. Get over here. Come on, get out. 70. I'm just presetting myself. 72.2. And then the 4s need to be 69.2. So three separation. 69.2. Sorry, I'm like dyslexic here. 69.2. Where is this? Okay, 4s. Okay, so I've set up. So what I've done is that there's a tranche set of orders. I bought this first one in super trend, right? I actually, the red didn't even come in, but it's fine. This is a good entry. So what is super trend? Super trend is when prices get 30 basis when the moving averages get 30 basis points separated from each other, right? Now I said to you, I have one account that is a pure trend account, and in this account, I'm going to allow myself or force myself to take trend trades because there's so many people that love to trade momentum. I fucking hate trading it, but this is a really, really cool way of trading momentum that's going to help you. So trend is an absolutely abnormal state of being, right? Most of the time, prices just looks like an EKG, just like of a dead man. It's flat lines around some moving average, doesn't really move. Trend, by its very definition, is deviation, right? Now, we say to ourselves, when the short term goes above the long term at 30 basis points or higher, we need to, it starts to get overbought. We start to look for counter trend ideas, for fade ideas. However, if you're a momentum trader, it also tells you, oh, there's a strong trend impulse, and there may be some continuity to trade there. So when you are trading in the super trend zone right here, like in the greens, depends on your point of view. If you are a believer in the trend, if you're a trend believer, you buy these red dots, you buy these sell-offs because these are beautiful retraces that show you more continuity. If you're a counter trender, you sell these bursts up. You sell these spikes because you think you're at the end of the cycle, or that the cycle is going to correct. Whichever way you want to trade it, I thought there was the reason I bought this because we saw the red dot, but the red dot disappeared because we didn't even have a retrace mode here, right? So like right now, where am I? I am 12 ticks to the good. Target is going to be 78.2. I'll probably just, I'll take this trade. So we'll take the trade just sort of as a good example of a pretty decent continuity trade. My point being is that with the super trend structure, right, we can use that whole is price extended from one moving average to the other as an analytical structure for, do we want to trade, if we want to trade with trend, or do we trade with counter trend? Like right now, I took a trend move, but that once this thing kind of sets up, it goes red dot and then red arrow. So first it's going to give you a trend buy signal over here, and it's going to give you a counter trend sell signal over there. And when those things appear, I'm obviously going to be really tempted to trade the counter trend moves. But sorry, I'm looking at comments here for a second. But all of you who love to trade trend, this is like a gold mine, because when you get into super trend territory, there's at least some continuity, especially if you can buy it cheap and then buy it in tranches, right? Now, one of the things I will say is I like there are a couple of things that I look for. If I'm trading counter trend, right, I want the red arrow to be above the red dot. Like, in other words, I want a higher high to get into a higher trade on the move. And conversely, if I'm buying dips, I want the red circle to be higher than the prior red circle. See, when you see the red circle prior, you can see it just on the signal, right? So here's, by the way, here's a circle. Much as it pains me, this is actually a legit buy, because you see this red circle is above the circle. I should buy this. We're going to let this candle complete, because before I didn't take the thing. Let's buy it. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back into the trend mode. 75 threes over here on the trend mode. There's nothing else going on in equities, so there's nothing much going on here. And my second tranche, which would be 72 threes, and my third tranche would be 69 threes. Okay. So we'll see if we need to, if it needs to come down. But so I bought that sort of counter trend move, because the red dot is higher than the other one. It's a strong trend. Much as I don't like to trade trend, this is a pretty decent signal. I'm trading. The key thing, the thing that I love about Apex, of course, is because they're so cheap, and because you can buy multiple accounts. And I highly recommend you buy at least 3. You can take one account and just do trend signals. One account, just do counter trend signals. One account, just for gold if you want. I mean, you can segregate by instrument and trend. It all depends on how you want to trade it. So, okay, this is a second trend wave. Maybe corrective. The second tranche is going to be the buy over here. The third tranche is going to be buy over here. And if we're completely wrong, we get tagged out over here. Hopefully that won't happen. But it'll be interesting to see. Meantime, let me just switch over to the S&P and see what's going on over there. You guys following what I'm doing? Is it relatively clear? There's news on top of the hour, 10 o'clock. There may be news on the hour. You're right. Let's take a look. Oh, you know what? We don't need to take a look. It's in the. Oh, it's so cool. I totally forgot that we have news. We have the calendar right in here. Yeah, we have ISM services. You're right. ISM services, which is obviously going to be a little volatile. So we should be watching out for that. Gold dipping a little bit against us. Will just watching out of the corner of my eye. NASDAQ really hasn't done much. We just did a V-shaped recovery with very little movement here. NASDAQ, as you can see, is stretching both to the downside and to the upside away from the 8-period moving average. That to me is just an informative piece of information now. I don't really use it because, but you could construct an interesting trade off of it if you wanted to. So here's gold. Gold is trying to climb back up towards our edge. I took this, as I said, I took it as a trend signal because we are in super trend, and the red dot is higher than the prior red dot, showing that we have a higher low. So you gotta trust the signal. It doesn't mean it's always going to be right, but that you want to take the best possible signal. This thing makes it very, very easy to be able to see that in a highly intuitive manner, I hope, right? You guys vibing me on this? Is everybody vibing me on this? Oh, the shit! There was something I wanted to show you. Oh. All right. So while we're watching this, let's go. I want to show you something very cool, because there are many of you sitting in this room who are like, Boris, you are a psycho. I want to trade the 1 minute chart the way I want to have a root canal without Novocaine. Like, there are people who just don't want to do 1,000 fucking trades a day, which I totally appreciate. That is not an unreasonable event. Sorry, I'm just bear with me, guys. I'm just moving this back because I want to show you something very, very cool with the super trend function. Okay. So for all of those of you, like, honestly, the money, I'm actually curious. Let's see who knows this. What is the money trade in equities? If you're a day trader, what's the money trade in equities? Is there a money trade in equities, and what is it? I'm just curious. Like, if you've looked at a lot of price action in your life, what is the money trade in equities? What would you say it would be? Anybody have any ideas? Who's in the room here who trades with me? Where's is Obi-Wan around? Obi-Wan is a master at this. Anybody? If you're a U.S. equity trader, what happens? Like, let's imagine the following scenario. Everybody in a panic, everybody's selling off, big sell off at 11 o'clock, big sell off at 1 o'clock. What happens like fucking clockwork almost every single day if there's a big sell off in the US equities? Anybody have any idea? The 2 o'clock turn or the 3 o'clock turn, depending on what time of the day. Basically, if the market has a massive, massive sell-off, we have buyers come back. BTFD, buy the effing dip. Until that changes, that is the single most handicapable behavior in the market, right? And sometimes it happens at 11 o'clock, sometimes it happens at 2 o'clock. But here's the really, really cool thing with the super trend indicator that I just kind of like realized yesterday. So you see this chart. This is yesterday's NASDAQ chart, right? We see selling off, everybody fucking freaking out. You see all the red candles, right? We're in super negative trend, super trend. But then check this out. At around 15:17, 3:16, 3:17 in the morning, we get a change of trend. It stops being super trend sell, right? So if you're a swing trader, here's what you do. The moment the candle switches from red to black, goes to, back to essentially, the moving averages tighten up. You can go long here at 93 and use the low of the day, or the low of this particular swing, which is 47. So you're long, it's literally a 50-point stop. It's like nothing. It's a 50-point stop in NASDAQ, right? And you just simply hold it for the end of the day. And look what happens. Look at this bitch. Look how nicely it takes you into the close and into profit. Like, this happens so many times. And also, by the way, happens the other way. We get totally overbought. And like 2 o'clock, it goes from super green to black. You can short that, and they're going to take profits a little bit at the end of the day. Now, does it always work? No, but it's a super reasonable, super easy swing trade. If you want to do one trade, maybe catch 50, 100. Remember, 100 points on one contract is $2,000 on NASDAQ. If you don't want to make, 20 trades at $20, I just want to make one trade for 2,000. You can do that using the this kind of a swing entry, which is really, really cool. You could even do 2 trades in a day because you have the big super trend rally, right? Which like ended around 11:30. You look at this and you're like, oh, I'm short 870. This is not even a risk. This is a 30-point risk, right? And then this thing completely unwinds the other way. Does it always work? No, it doesn't. But it just gives you unbelievably crystal clear entries of when you should be in trade or not trade, right? Which I think is really cool. So I wanted to show this to you as a as kind of a swing possibility. We crossed over. So we're in. Hang on a second, guys. Let me just get over here. So MGC. Okay, I'm in level two. Level two on my dying on the vine gold trade, my trend trade. We're obviously probably going to get ourselves caught in risk, which may happen, and we'll see. We'll see if I can work my way out of it. But clearly, super trend is kind of dying on the vine here. I don't need much to work my way out of it, but I do need to get up above the 73. What's my break even? 73.3 level, right? If I can get up above there, that trade I can resolve it. I have one more tranche over here at the 69.3 level, and then if this thing just dumps, then we're dead. But that's the idea. We're always trading probabilistically to give ourselves the biggest chance to resolve the trade. Today is just really not a lot of price action. I guess it makes sense. There's not a lot of price action until the news comes out, and then there's going to be a big news bomb. So I'm going to get out of this trade at a whopping 5-tick win, and I'm going to do this because I forget who it was. Was it Adam? Do you count the plus days in January? No, I don't. Yeah, I don't really look at days. I'm looking always at intraday action. But Adams did notify me properly that there's news on the tape coming out of 10. Now this thing could be like could have been $100 trade for me that I just sort of let it go. Doesn't matter. There is news on the wire in 5 minutes. If I'm right, great. If I'm wrong, this thing just can flush through 3 of my levels. I'm not interested in, I don't mind getting hurt on unexpected news, but it's very amateurish to get hurt on something that is preordained. Like, in other words, if you know that there's a piece of volatility coming and you insist on being, in a trade in front of the volatility, you deserve to get hurt if it goes against you. So I was lucky enough that my structure helped me resolve this trade into a mildly positive trade. That's all we can do. The trend signal over here just didn't have much of a carry today. Nothing has having any much of a carry because it's we're waiting for the ISM services. So that's going to come out very soon. What do we got? 55. That's at about 9:59. I'll turn over to the calendar function of the chart, and you guys will be able to see, and we'll see how the markets come in. So, any questions so far? Everybody kind of understanding? Do you find the swing trade concept interesting using the super trend function? You see, most of the time we're just basically fluttering around the moving average. It's only when we break out. I generally like to, whether I'm trading trend or non-trend, I like to just get involved with price when it goes to extremes. I find, that's where the action is. Mike likes it. All right. Whoever gives me a thumb up, I'll put up their comment on the screen through the news. Give me some love over here, my friends. Because I honestly, I went down the rabbit hole yesterday. This was going to take me half an hour. Like 8 hours later, I was coding this. The irony of the whole thing is I literally, after coding it for like 8.5 hours, I deleted everything and just went to this, simplicity sells. I had so many complicated variants of this thing and so much, variation. And then I realized, no, the simplicity of it. I went for a walk and I was like, oh, this is so much. This is what we need to be trading. So, that was cool. All right, we're starting to dump a little bit on the S&P, I guess, pre-event. Yeah, Sweetwater says that he's always like, yeah, and I think it's very, very intuitive. Like when you look at gold, it's very, very intuitive. We just don't have any, we don't have any trend conditions. But when you look at gold, it's very, very intuitive to see where the trend conditions are, right? It really, and then also where the counter trend signals are coming in, right? Like all of that stuff is just kind of very, very intuitive on the move, right? And when you see it on the when equities explode, you'll see it much better. Ugh. All right, NAS is turning negative, stretching down. What time? What do we got? 58. Let's go to the calendar function. We got about. All right, so employment really key. New orders really key. Prices paid really key. All of these things is what we're looking for here. We don't want this number to go to 60 because everybody will freak out. We don't want this number to go to 49 because everybody will freak out. If we can just keep the party going, it should be positive. If this thing gets really ugly and negative, here's the thing. Like everything, I guarantee you, if the number is weak and then we have like a weak non-farm payrolls, everybody and their mother this weekend is going to go, oh, we're in a recession. Trump is opening up the country into a recession. It's just going to, I guarantee you, if we have weak numbers, that's going to be the narrative that everybody's going to be talking about, and we might get a much more steeper sell-off as a result. We'll have to see. I wouldn't be surprised, but that's going to create lots of super trend conditions for us. So we're certainly going to be able to trade them. Todd likes super trend. Yes. Flattery will get you on my screen. Absolutely. All right, what time do we have? We are at 5 seconds to go. Let's watch the numbers. Let's see how this thing prints. Well, kind of negative. Not too bad. What happened? I can't even tell. Doesn't look like too much of a reaction so far. Where's the numbers? 54.1 PMI. New orders 52.4. Good on this. Where's prices paid? Prices were hot. Prices were hot, but everything else we're still alive, my friends. We're still kicking. The U.S. economy in the end zone above the 50. We are still alive. So not horrible. Prices paid does suck. I mean, it does show that prices are a sticky component, but it hasn't killed the economy yet. You see the market's not really freaking out that much. Gold, on the other hand, let me explain to you. This is the reason you're not a moron. Okay? Look at gold. I would have been blown out of my whole position. The whole position just been totally blown out because you saw the prices paid being super hot. That's super bearish gold because gold fucking hates high prices because they're afraid that rates are gonna. Gold needs low rates to rally. So I would have eaten that whole position. So thank you, Adam, for letting me get the fuck out with my dignity intact. That having been said, even if I got blown out, it still would have been only like a $300 to $400 loss against a $2,500 budget that I have. So again, it's a wound, but it's not a terminal cut. But there's no need to, I don't need a self-inflicted. That would have been a self-inflicted wound. That's exactly what that would have been. Self-inflicted wound. So there was no need to do that. So now we're kind of, diving. Markets, I guess markets don't like this this move. We're getting a little bit more of an extended move, which is fine. Do we get a sell-off? Great. Because remember, if we get a deep sell-off, we're definitely going to get a rally at the end of the day, and you're going to be able to use super trend for that rally. Yeah, Sweetwater saying bye-bye gold. I'm just waiting. Look how long it's taking TradingView to catch up, man. Through the 600, through the 6,000, through the 6,000. Oh my God, what's going on? Look at this thing. It can't. You see how these three dots are? The trading view is so stressed out. It can't paint my charts. It's got so many people hitting the server. Come on, baby. All right, maybe it's in a death loop. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete it and reapply it. Let's see if I can. Nope, it's still having a hard time picking up the things. It doesn't matter. We don't have any. We don't have any trades on this thing right now, anyways. Oh, come on! Wow, look at TradingView. It's just floating in the ether. Wow. I'm totally frozen. I got look at how slow TradingView is right now. Dollar is soaring. Yeah, it makes sense. High prices, dollar's going to be strong. I think this could be. We could have like a 50, 75 basis point move in equities. This could definitely be a downward move. Oh my God, I can't get this. This is not pulling up. I don't know what's going on with TradingView right now. Wow. They must be having server issues. I wonder if I could apply. I'm just curious. I wonder if I can go for my personal. Just wanted to Oh man, I can't even change. This is horrible. Oh, so I think gold goes from super trend buy to super trend sell right now. Oh man, look how slow this is. I can't even move this. Oh, this is so annoying. I know what's going on, guys. I've never seen this before. We're just so stuck. What if we use CFD signals? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what instrument I use. We're just stuck in TradingView. Nothing is showing up. God says that he's using the desktop and it's slow too. Yeah, I think the server. It's just clearly a server issue. F5. What's that going to do? Promise. Is it going to flush it if I hit F5 over here? Oh, it came in. Cool. So gold is, super stretched out. Look at gold. It's almost in super sell territory. 28. It's like 1 basis point away from separating. Oh man, every time I change symbols, this thing is just dying. See, okay, S&P goes super trend negative. Now we actually can just kind of watch this a little bit. So does Nasdaq. So now we can actually watch this and see if we want to trade this on a trend basis or a counter trend basis. Like, could we sell off? We only sold off a third of a percent. Could we sell off down to 1%, which is like 590, 5,950? Definitely possible. We are super stretched out. Okay, so I have no trades here, right? I have no trades, but of course, I love to fool around. So let's go have some fun. Let's buy the S&P. I bought the little S&P. Hang on, let me change my accounts here. This is 42s. Okay, here's my S&P. I bought it 97. I'm just gonna, like this is super stretched away from the 8-period moving average, and my counter and getting super stretched. It's a double stretch. It's 40 wide and it's 10 wide. When it gets to double stretch, I kind of like to put my toe in the water. So I'm at 97.25 on the first tranche, and if it starts to dump again, I'll try to position at the second tranche. But I think the 90, maybe this tranche will do me right. So it's 97.25. Let me go to the second tranche, which would be 93.75. In case I need it. I might need it. Look at that. It's coming down for sure. This is, me being stupid, but we have nothing else to do because the real, the counter trend signals really won't come in for another half an hour. But I'm just, I'm sort of playing this right now because we're super stretched away on the 8-period and the moving averages. It's what I call a double red formation. You see this? It's a double red formation. And when you get that way, the rubber band tends to snap back a little bit. Come on, baby. Come on, do it right. All right, we're just going to take the exit. We just took a little bit out. So this is, for the truly degenerate junkies, an interesting little setup if you're gonna counter trend. But I only do this again. You got to have like a double, it's like a double vice. You got to be drinking and smoking at the same time in order to take this trade. You got to have both the moving averages in red zone and the distance from the 8-period moving average, because what that tells you is that you're so fucking stretched away that there's a natural bounce back that's going to occur as things come in. You guys saw that? Anybody else was stupid enough to buy that with me or no? But I think it's cool to have like all these signals, right? The visual signals is telling you, hey, the 8-period is oversold. You know what I need to do? I'm probably, we'll do a little bit more cosmetic changes down the road. But I think these things, we'll change them into like a cross, you know, like that emoji. This emoji, like that's because I think that's much more intuitive. What is this? This is the be the warning. This one. I think I'm gonna create this emoji on the charts. I'll put that in the chat. Yeah, this is the one. I put this emoji. And see, look how it bounced back up. Like, you know, it gave you a full big move. So like if I, instead of these little black things, I'll put these little yellow warning signs telling you that it's really super stretched, right? And that'll be like a little bit more intuitive as a signal. All right, so here we go. So is this a sell? Yes, it's a sell. We're in trend territory. Okay, I'm short this on a sell. You saw that green thing? That was a sell signal. And if this thing goes back up, we're going to sell tranches. We're going to sell now. You know, could we counter trend this? I could counter trend this on the other way, but we're going to trade trend it. I'm going to trend this with you right now because, you know, people. There we go. And that was a beautiful trend signal. I'm sorry, you know, I was yapping away. I almost missed the trend signal, but you see how that showed you a perfect trend entry, right? Boom, boom, boom. You know, I could have done this. The counter trend, by the way, is not even showing up yet. It's like it's the trend signal. The trend signal totally showed up as a sell signal. Everybody vibe that? Everybody got that? Anybody take that trade? They could have done this probably also in the NQ as well. Yeah, we could have done that in NASDAQ too. We just there's only so many things that we can do. Look at NAS. Holy crap, was this stretched out? This was totally stretched out. Like then if you bought the NAS over here, you have to go a couple of tranches. You could have to go 90, 70, 50 before you got the bounce back. That is a lot of tranches. Now, one of the reasons why I really have I just have a distaste of trading NASDAQ on a trend base, even though, you know, sometimes it works really well, is because NASDAQ can do a V-shaped move. It can just, you know, destroy you on a V-shaped move. Although here, well, we don't have a trend signal here. What I mean by that is when you have such a vicious sell-off, this thing can go. The only thing that can ruin my trend-based entry here is a V-shaped entry, and where you're most vulnerable to that is NASDAQ, which can just as easily as it sells off, can just totally verticalize and go up, right? So like right now in NASDAQ, I am going to be patient and look for a second arrow buy entry. I'm not quite ready to commit to a third trade. S&P also. You know, we had a very severe sell-off. This could be, you know, you could come in here and make your first bid at 98, and then the next one at 94, and the next one at 90. But I'm reserving judgments here. I think that we get a little bit more of a downward trend here on the move. Adam says that traders don't price in. Yeah, I mean, you know, inflation is still a pain in the ass, which is why, you know, you don't want to dive into the first turn signal that you have. You want to give yourself a little time. Anyways, I'm very proud of myself at how I'm trading trend. Are you guys not impressed? But we are gonna go hardcore to counter trend very soon, because, you know, you can only keep a junkie away for so long. All right, so I'm looking at if I'm going to trade counter trend, S&P is a much easier beast of burden than NASDAQ. Like NASDAQ could still fall like a free fall. Not that the S&P can't hurt you, but it's just naturally going to be easier in a 3-tranche format to try to resolve the S&P if I have to. So I'm just waiting patiently for the S&P. I want to see the next green arrow in the S&P before I commit. See, like, I'll give you an example. If you were doing this, just sort of like, this would have been a very, very tough trade. If you bought this 98s, the next trade would have been, was 98.50. 94.50 would have been over here, right? It goes down, 92.50 and comes back up to 96. No, you could have resolved it by the skin of your teeth. But then the next trade would have been 90.50, right over here. And then after that, you would have been 86 and you would have been stopped out, which I think you might be stopped out. Oh, look at this. S&P almost goes double red here for a second. It almost went double red there for a second. Oh. That would have been a good little buy for me, but it was just too quick. Anyways, no need for heroics here. Those of you who are like trend-based traders, look at this. You could have just said, Boris, I'm going to go black to red and just stay with us. Like I bet Obi, who trades in my room, loves this now because he can just go black to red and just nurse this thing all the way down into the ground until it goes to zero, and make money. If that's your jam, you're going to do really well on this kind of a trade. I'm still waiting for my green turns. All right, guys. Everybody is patting me on the. Don't pat me on the back too much for not doing counter trend moves, because I'm going to jump in right now like a rabid dog. Okay, so this is a moment. This is an interesting moment. So this is still a trend based signal, which I think is actually a pretty decent trend based signal. Let's give it a shot. I mean, let's make sure it completes. It needs to be a completion here, but. Even if the S&P V shapes, I think I can work my way out of a V shape on the S&P. Certainly much with a little bit less stress than I would with this. Okay, so we're gonna sell the S&P. Selling it at 96 is probably gonna go up against me to 6,000, and then the next one would. Okay, I'm in at 6,000. It is V shaping against me, and the next one would be 604s. Okay, so oh man, I have the wrong stops. Hold on. Shit. Okay, I gotta fix this. Oh, God damn it! Everything I did the wrong. All my stops are wrong. Hold on. Which account is this? 42. No, 44. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's. Oh. You know what? We're just gonna close it out. Fuck it. Close it out. All right. We got lucky. I didn't have the right tranche stops, so I got short here. Let me show you what we did here. Where the fuck is my thing? MES. Okay. You see me? Sorry guys. When I go into action, it's not. There's not time to narrate. So I sold this. The second tranche was over here. I didn't have the right stops. The stops should have all been up here, but the stops were too short. So I was like, I got to adjust my stops. And I was trying to get into the account. But I didn't, I got lucky because everything retraced right back and I was able to cover the whole trade for a nice quick scalp to the downside. That's the beauty of the tranche method. You're given a chance to make money many more times than just with a single entry trade. Now this thing is V shaping. This is definitely V shaping. So selling this was dangerous, even on a Nasdaq basis. You can imagine how dangerous it would have been on the NQ. Not so much actually. You sold this NQ. You sold 68s. You sold 88s. Now. 88s, and then it would have to come back down to 68s. So yeah, NQ could have been coming down. Anyways, we're watching the S&P. Um, Martingale is where you just like keep doubling up until you win. This is a multi-entry. It's a cousin of Martingale, but it by no means, Martingale by itself is a sucker strategy because you just keep doubling up, and you're eventually going to lose. That's it's always the story. This is a strategy. It's a limited risk strategy because you are going to have a hard stop. It's just that you're scaling into a position. You're going 1, 2, 4, and doing that, you're heaviest at the closest stop, right? You have the largest position at the closest stop, so you have the least amount of risk in terms of the heaviest position. But if the weight of the price turns, you have the fastest profit because the heaviest part starts to go your way the most. It's kind of explaining in terms of physics ideas. And I talked a lot about yesterday about how scalping is not at all like regular trading. Scalping can never be one entry, one exit because nobody I know who scalps professionally does a single entry, single exit because it's a sucker game. No market maker. I've worked on market making desks. I've been on a long time ago on the NYSE floor. I talked to the dealers there. Certainly no FX dealer I know ever does a single entry, single exit type of strategy. What they're doing is they're inventorying the position, and then when the trade goes their way, they're letting it go. And they're always inventorying the heaviest at the least amount of risk. That's sort of like where it goes. Chris, your trading view ID is wrong. So you need to message me your proper trading view ID. I couldn't get you activated. So now we should be V-shaping off the thing, and for those of you who are early swing traders, this could be an interesting possibility for if we start to go back to black candles, you could say, oh, maybe this is the low of the day, the spike of the day, and they're going to try to take it back up to the moving average. And you can try to trade it as a swing trade. Whichever way you want to do it, you can. That's the beauty of this indicator. Yeah, so this really V-shaped, and I knew this was the danger of the V-shape. So that's why selling here was going to, after once you have like these little black banners and such a sharp move, you can expect a very sharp move the other way. Even gold bounced back. See, even gold bounced back here. And gold, actually, look at this. Gold has gone from super trend sell to like possibly, is this the low of the day for gold? Did the gold make a low here? That's interesting to consider. So if you're swing trading, you could have bought this in the 62s. You're already in the money, and the stop would be around 54s, and see if you can manage it to take it back up to 72s, and that'd be a nice clean swing trade. It's really cool, right? This banner means that it's super stretched away from the 8-period moving average. It's this little red when it's 10 basis points or more from the moving average. So when you get the double red, so you sort of like get red candles and a black banner. It's like a really interesting counter trend signal. This was a counter trend signal for me over here, and I bought it, and that kind of worked for it, for the near term. But it's very dangerous because remember, it can always go lower. Let's see what Financial Juice has to say. I don't see any. I'm actually curious to see what Twitter has to say. Where are my glasses? What did I do with my glasses, guys? Oh, here I am. Okay, so what's going on over here? Zero hedge. Rate cuts odds plunge as ISM services inflation 2-year high. Sector rebounds. Okay. We'll see if any of this has any. This might still bring us back up. Should be interesting. All right, so here's a. There was for 1 second there was a turn signal here, a counter trend signal. What about NASDAQ? Is there a counter trend signal here? Yeah. Not quite showing up here. So just curious, could we have survived this move? I don't think so. We're in at 71. You're in at 91. Well, this would have resolved over here, but let's imagine you're here at 95, 15, and then 35. Yeah, you would have resolved it over here too. You could have, as long as you came in on this candle, you could have actually even resolved this one. All right, this is not giving me a counter trend buy. If this is, I got to wait for the candle to close, obviously. And it's selling off really, really hard here. Let them sell it off. What about S&P? What's the S&P doing? It's also selling off a lot. Let's do the S&P. Okay. I'm in at 604. The next trade would be, oh no, I got to make this, hang on, I got to make this correct, 1632. The next trade would be 600. And the next trade after that would be 596. All right, these are my tranche orders. These are my tranche orders for the S&P. On a contract basis. All right, second tranche. Third tranche. This might be where I'm, I bought the falling knife. We'll see. Now, as I told you guys, if I'm gonna get clipped, the S&P is one I don't mind getting clipped in, because just like yesterday when I got clipped, I totally worked my way out and put myself net positive in this one account. Now, this is another reason to have a couple of accounts, is because sometimes the counter trend is going to just be a falling knife, and a trend is going to work. If you separate your trades by the class of trade, it makes it much easier to run accounts this way. So you don't aggregate risk by strategy, which is fine. This looks like it's just going to fucking dump. Jesus Christ. But if it does, I'll work my way out of it. All right, we got dumped. This was a very, very, it just came back basically to test the double bottom here. which I think is going to probably now pop back up. But we will be very, I'm going to be cautious here and trying to get this thing organized the other way. That happens, and that's why you trade small, and you have to, see. I knew this was a test of the double bottom. This was just I just didn't have enough room here to test double bottom. I would have been totally fine on the trade. But I'm going to be very patient now for the next signal. I'm not going to sit there and try to revenge trade on this thing. All right, in for this because this is just me fooling around on the idea that I have, a double red, and just see if I get a bounce back on this thing. Just recover a little bit of my P&L here. There we go. We'll just recover a little bit of my P&L here on this move, and it's fine. And then I'll be very patient again for waiting for for the reversal trades. So yeah, that's why we do lots of trades. I don't get clipped very often on the 3 tranches, but today was one of those days where you had lots of volatility and lots of good. Mark my words today, those of you guys who are going to watch this, and as the day progresses, this thing goes from red to black eventually, that's going to be a really great turn to trade. There will be a very, very nice 50, 70 handle move in NASDAQ for a turn of the day trade. But it's not there yet, and we don't have, once we have signals, then we'll trade those signals. I gotta go. I have meetings. Too bad. I really, really want to trade a little bit more with you guys. Yeah, Adam says that if you wait for the 11 o'clock hour, the Europeans will show their hand. It's absolutely true. The Europeans will decide whether they want to go short or long the product. Or 11 o'clock. If they want to dump it, then the market makers wait for the Europeans to dump it before they kind of reverse the flows. Whatever is happening, they're definitely going to reverse the flows sometime today, and this thing is going to catch it. NASDAQ is super stretched, super duper stretched. Look at this. We're through the 500, through the 491s. Okay, we're going to do just one more fun thing. Okay. Oh, did I buy the 5s? Wow, holy shit. Okay, exit. That was just super fast. I want to, hang on a second. I just want to, all right, I buy the 502s. Oh, this thing is really jumping around. And I want to buy the 82s if I need to. Where's this? 82s. Okay. Wow. I bought the 82s. And now, where's it trading? Exit. Okay. Sorry, I'm not showing you the trades, guys, because I actually need to manage these trades. But let me show you how this traded. So I bought the 505s, I bought the 82s, and then I gave everything back up at 93s, 94s on the bounce back for about a $40. I could have had actually $80 move here, but it's about a $40 move. So still nice, nice comeback on this move. Just again, me cowboy style freestyling this. This is a double red situation. We are stretched away from the moving averages and the moving average itself, right? So it just begs for a little bit of mean reversion when you get this kind of situation. When these things look like warning signs, they're going to be a lot more intuitive to understand why it's an interesting buy. All right. Oh, I really got to go now. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I like this new 9:30 to hopefully like 11 o'clock hour trading. I hope you guys like the new version of the indicator. It's really easy to use and pretty useful. And don't uh, don't be dismayed by my bad habits. I'm an inveterate counter trend junkie, and I know exactly where my strengths are, where my weaknesses are. The key thing to all of this is when you're trading successfully, you trade small. So no wound is a terminal wound. It's not even. This wasn't even a. This was like a paper cut for me because I'm already able to work back half this losses just in those couple positions. And before the end of the day, I'll work out this trade. In the meantime, the trend trades that I made earlier all banked out and put my P&L in those accounts nice and higher. So you'll see it. Okay, I see you guys. Tomorrow. We do another day tomorrow, and then Thursday we're off because of the markets are closed. Okay, and then Friday we'll do non-farm payrolls. Everybody have a great day. Everybody enjoy. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys get some Apex. Let me put the Apex link in here. Thank you guys. Everybody enjoy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.